What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at two properties currently for sale in New Jersey, one where the numbers work and one where they don't work. So stay tuned and let's dig into the numbers. All right, guys, here it is. So this is the first example. This is for the property that does work financially. So this is a 5-unit commercial property. It consists of 3 different structures on one parcel of land. In the front, you're going to have a 3-unit building. In the back, you're going to have a 2-unit. And then you're going to have a 3-car garage behind it as well. So as you can see here, this is the 3-unit in the front. This is the back, which is a duplex side by side. And in the rear is a 3-car garage. So as you can see here, the property looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Currently fully occupied. Here's the 3-car garage, the back duplex. All right, guys, so if we take a look at the numbers, here's how it breaks down for this 5-unit property. So the current asking price is $650,000. On a commercial property like this, you're gonna have to put about 30% down. Your estimating closing costs are gonna be about $36,000. Again, this is estimated. You won't have the final figures until you really work with an attorney and a title company for them to actually let you know exactly how much the closing costs are going to be. So your total capital close is going to be about $230,000 out of pocket with your 30% down your closing costs. Property right now rents for about $1,173 per unit. This is including the garages. So annually, you're making $70,380 coming in off of this 5-unit property, including the garages. Now, in the income, we do underwrite vacancy at 3%. The current seller did not underwrite any vacancy. I put a minimal of 3% in there. They claim the property hasn't been vacant in many years. That's why they put 0. So we underwrote 3%, which is about $2,000 a year. And then when we get into the actual expenses, guys, here we have real estate taxes. Currently, the property has a tax bill of $11,450. Their current insurance cost is $3,500. They pay $0 for contract services, meaning landscaping, pest removal, etc. They say that the tenants take care of the grass. Trash removal, 0, including the taxes. The owner does not have an electric bill. Each unit has their own separate electric and gas bill. 0 for gas. Water and sewer, the owner does pay for $2,180. They don't have any legal fees underwritten. They have 0 management fees underwritten. They also put $0 for maintenance and repairs. We'll go back in here in a second and change this. And then payroll, admin, etc. They kept it at 0. So with a total expense of $17,130 a year, after your income, the NOI, or the net operating income on this property, is $51,139 per year. Hey guys, before we move any further, I just wanted to say for purposes of this example only, we're going to use the numbers given to us by the seller. Many times when you're underwriting a property, you want to do your own due diligence to the numbers. Many times the numbers don't actually add up. In this example, the owner might underwrite $3,500 for insurance, but you might get a few quotes and they're $5,000 and above, which obviously affects the numbers. Sometimes the seller does not underwrite contract services like landscaping, snow removal. As you're doing your due diligence through the process, you might find out that they actually do pay a landscaper, or they do pay someone for snow removal, or they give a credit to the tenant. So many times when you guys are doing underwriting, don't go by just the seller's numbers. You guys got to do your own due diligence during the due diligence process when you're purchasing the property, and you might come across things that might actually affect the underwriting. But for purposes of this example only, we're going to go into the numbers that the seller gave us. So guys, stay tuned and let's get back to it. When you take into consideration the debt service, a property like this is going to be amortized over 25 years compared to 30. So it's going to squeeze the cash flow just a little bit. And the interest rate on this property is going to be around 6%. Again, talk to a professional mortgage broker to get an accurate quote. But considering these numbers, after all said and done, you're going to have a cash flow of $15,960 a year, right? Cap rate on that is going to be equal to 7.87 with a cash on cash return of 6.88, which is not bad at all, guys. And then when you look at the debt coverage ratio, this is 1.45. What this basically means is The property brings in, 145% of the actual debt, or 45% over the actual debt. So it's going to give you a total cash on cash return of 6.88. Now, if we go back in and change their repairs and maintenance and put an accurate number there of $5,000 about annually. Now that brings your cash flow to $10,960. Your cap rate is going to be a 7 cap and a cash on cash return of 4.72. It still meets the debt coverage ratio of 1.31. Banks usually look for about 1.25. That means the total cash flow has to be 125% of the debt. So in this instance, it's 131% of the debt. So not a terrible deal. It works. It pencils out. Now let's get into another one where maybe the numbers don't work so well. All right, guys, so here's a property that does not make sense. So it's actually funny. I actually saw this property come in the morning when I checked my daily emails, and I got super excited, right? This was a 4-unit property. It looked excellent. But when I started running the numbers, it didn't pencil out, and I'll show you exactly why. So here we are. So this is the property. It's a nice 4-unit building. Looks very nice. I was super excited about it. As you can see here, very large property. Nice hardwood floors, nice molding and trim. Kitchen looks pretty decent. Here's the side of the building. Here's the back of the building. As you can see, nice big property here. I was super excited about this one, guys. But once we get into the numbers, we're going to see why this thing doesn't work. So as you can see here, this is a 4-unit property. Here's the associated rents. And here are the numbers, guys, right? So they're asking $650,000 for this property. Good thing about this one is you only have to put 25% down compared to 30% down. This one is still considered residential because it's 1 to 4 units. Anything above 4, so 5 and up, is going to be considered commercial, so you're going to need a higher down payment. Since this one's still in the 1 to 4 range, you only need 25% down. We're going to keep the closing cost the same at $36,000. So your total capital close is going to be about $199,000. Once we get into the actual rents, this one actually collects a little bit more rent than the last one. So this one collects an average rent of $1,519 every single month. Annually, it's $72,900. We're going to keep the same 3% vacancy here at $2,187. So the total net income is going to be $70,713 a year. Now, once we get into the expenses, this is what really makes or breaks a property, folks. So this one, the real estate taxes are higher than the last one at $14,000. Insurance, we're going to keep about the same at $3,500. You always want to get a quote from a licensed insurance broker to give you a better idea of what the actual insurance cost is going to be on a property like this. Now, this one compared to the last one, the tenants paid for all the utilities, whereas in this one, it looks like the owner's paying for it all, and this is what really makes or breaks this property. So this one, the electric bill annually is about $1,200. This one is still using oil heat, which is costing about $3,000 a year to heat this property. Water and sewer, the owner pays for, which is about $2,400, and about $5,000 on annual maintenance. So their total expenses annually is going to be $29,123. Now, when we look at the debt service, guys, they're paying about $35,000 a year, paying back on the mortgage, right, at 6% interest rate. Good thing about this one is that you can stretch the amortization out to 30 years compared to 25 on the last example. So the cash flow after debt, guys, is $6,516. Now, here is where the numbers don't work. So the debt coverage ratio on this property is 1.19. So banks usually want to see 1.25. Some banks actually want to see 1.3 or higher. Your cash on cash return on this one, guys, is 3.27. Super low. I know of savings accounts out there paying higher than this. For example, Markets by Goldman Sachs, they're at 4 and change right now when it comes to a flexible online savings account. It's not a CD. You don't have to lock your money in, but they're giving you a higher cash on cash return than this 3.27. So if you ask me, guys, this property does not work. Not financially. I would not put my money into this property. And the reason being is the expenses, right? So this one, the owner has to pay for the heat. The owner has to pay for the electric. And that really, ties into the expenses and makes this property not profitable. So guys, when you're looking at a property, make sure that you're running the numbers, that you're working with a real estate agent that understands the dynamics between analyzing and underwriting a property, because you could look at a property like this and get super excited, thinks it makes money, and then once you buy it and actually dig into the expenses and are operating the property, you're gonna shortly find out that it's actually not making money and it's actually costing you money every month. So guys, stay tuned to the channel. I hope you like the content, and if you wanna, learn more, feel free to reach out and stay tuned to the channel. We'll keep bringing you examples like this. All right, folks. Thanks.